The rest of the day today, windy, strong to severe thunderstorms potential. 72 is the high. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you so much, Linda. Well, having a baby with a little bit of help from the fertility doctor can be expensive, and those fertility drugs are not for everyone.
In fact, there's a new procedure with far fewer drugs, and right now, for a limited time only, they're offering a free baby to Pix 11 to 11 lucky couples. That sounds so weird.
Yeah. Isn't that
free
so
baby,
weird,
the way
right?
that we're phrasing it, but
Crazy.
a chance.
We're calling it Free Baby Friday. They're looking for couples.
Are you serious?
Yeah, the treatment totally free because the treatment is in clinical trials right here in New York. And considering that in vitro fertilization or IVF can cost 20 grand a round, this new treatment is a true alternative for some couples. Meet the mommies of New York's first IVM babies.
There's the hand. You can see the thumb right over here.
Cecilia and Thalia are on the verge of being new parents, but they weren't sure if they would ever see this day after spending $15,000 on half a dozen frustrating rounds of fertility treatments that left them babyless.
I think going into it, we were under a misconception that it would be much easier than it turned out to be.
Cecilia, although young and healthy from a fertility standpoint, has PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, which was a major hurdle in her pregnancy. One, it turns out, that can be solved with a newer treatment, IVM, or in vitro maturation, where a woman's immature eggs are harvested, then matured outside her body, fertilized, and reimplanted. 4,000 babies have been born worldwide through IVM, but it is still in trials in the U.S. These tots will be the first New York IVM births.
I wasn't really nervous at all because I knew that we were in such good hands.
Dr. Jesse Haidt is heading up the trials in New York, and his New Way Clinic is still looking for couples to have the babies for free.
IVM is different than traditional IVF in that little to no medication is given to women in preparation for retrieving the eggs. So we're taking out immature eggs and not mature eggs.
It generally costs about half, or around $6,000. IVM has been used since the 90s and in trials since early 2012 here.
We're achieving success almost as close to that of IVF right now. However, we have a very small sample size.
For Cecilia and Thalia, it was all about getting across the finish line to truly be a family.
We have a list of names that we're waiting until we see their faces.
So here they are, the little twin girls born 3 weeks ago. Take a look at these pictures.
Oh my gosh.
Everly and Tate, just 3 weeks old. They're the very first IVM babies born here in New York. The team of doctors they use, they're looking for more couples to take part in these clinical trials who have that condition, PCOS, or other drug sensitivity issues, to be a part of their study. And that's how they're coming up with this sort of free baby. And they need 11 couples to participate. So we want to connect viewers that may be having fertility issues with that clinic so they can have their very own free baby.
All right, so let's talk about this because we've heard of IVF, but what is IVM, Dr. Steve?
Right, well, it's this process like Kirsten was saying about taking the eggs from the ovary and letting them mature outside in a petri dish, and it saves cost, saves money, less drugs, less time. So
Better,
that's the
and
key
better
part.
for the mom.
Better for
so
the mom.
in the case of Cecilia, she couldn't take drugs, just like a breast cancer patient wouldn't be able to take those types of estrogen sensitivity drugs. So cuts down on the drugs and the cost, and these moms are so happy.
Right.
Dr. Steve, clinical trial, I kind of get a little nervous. I hear clinical trial.
Well, I think a lot of people do get nervous when you have a clinical trial, but you have to go into this with your eyes wide open. You have to understand the risks and the potential dangers. But, you know, if you're a couple and your child is, right, and you've tried and you don't have $20,000, this could be a very good option for you. You know, you have to say, this is a chance. I mean, this is not like it's total science fiction. I don't think it's such a crazy stretch, right? I mean,
and 4,000 couples have had children this way worldwide. So it's been used for about 20 years. The only thing they don't know is what happens when that baby goes to have a baby. That's sort of the great unknown. And Steve, that could be a great segment for you in the future.
In the future, yeah. We know the IVF babies, we know they've grown on and gone to develop and have children of their own, but we don't know because this is new. So it's one of those things in the future.
Very interesting.
Free babies, we're going to hook you up online. Go to Pix11.com.
For the treatment, right?
Correct.
Okay, so you go online, find it, and then people can sign up.
And they can call the clinic and find out if they're eligible.
Yeah, $6,000. $6,000 as opposed to $20,000. And you know, when you want to have a child, you'll try just about everything. Thank you so much. 8:21, another couple that wasn't having trouble conceiving find out they were finally expecting, and they wanted to break the news to the parents in a big way. We're going to show you this next.
Yeah, and every week we're daring Dan Manarino to do something crazy. So the question, Dan, are you up to this week's challenge?
Yeah, I'm up for the challenge here at the Belmore Kickboxing Academy. We were just talking about how I didn't really get much sleep last night because we're at the